Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty G. As we continue with the 31 Days of Horror, it is time to review the horror movie everyone's been looking for. Yes, it is the third chapter in the Terrifier series, Terrifier 3. Yes, Art the Clown is back once again.
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Miser Monty. Now, Terrifier 3 is a 2024 American Christmas supernatural slasher film that was written and directed by Damien Leone. Now, the film stars Lauren Lavera, David Howard Thornton, Samantha Scafini, Elliot Fullman, and Antonella Rose. Now, in this film, Art the Clown is set to unleash chaos in the unsuspecting residents of Miles County as they peacefully drift off to sleep on Christmas Eve. Goddamn, Art, can't you just take a night off? Now, you know, horror fans, when it comes to clowns and horror films, we only had a few of them that have become popular amongst horror fans. Now, it's either the Killer Clowns from Killer Clowns from Outer Space or Pennywise the Dancing Clown from Stephen King's novel and the film is based on his novel, It, like It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2. But now we have another killer clown that's making his way to become the top killer clown in horror film and possibly become the next horror icon alongside Freddy, Jason, and Michael. Yes, I'm talking about Art the Clown. Now, created by American filmmaker Damien Leone, Art made his first appearance in the horror short The Ninth Circle in 2008 and in Terrifier in 2011. Now, both those shorts were included in the horror anthology movie All Hallows Eve in 2013, and that's where Art's popularity began to grow. Now, he was actually played by another actor whose name does not come to me. It wasn't until Terrifier, the first film that came out in 2016, that he has now been portrayed all this time by American actor David Howard Thornton. Now, of course, Art the Clown would appear in the horror films Terrifier in 2016 and, of course, Terrifier 2 in 2020, where his popularity as an over-the-top, violent, and gruesome clown grew even further. Everyone loved Art the Clown, and some of those kills that he did were just gruesome and terrible, especially in the first film. Won't even talk about what he did in the first film. The second film, he does some real violent kills, although not as gross in the first film, but they were still violent over the top. And now we have the third film in the franchise coming right out during the 31 Days of Horror. It is Terrifier 3. Now, taking place 5 years after the events of the second film, and of course happening around Christmas time, we see that Art the Clown has been resurrected by Victoria Hayes, his victim from the first film, as they stay dormant at an abandoned house. Meanwhile, during the 5 years, we see that Shiana Shaw, who was in the second film, is being released from a mental hospital and staying with her Aunt Jessie, her husband Greg, and their daughter Gabby, who idolizes Shiana. Now, we also learned that her brother Jonathan is attending college, but they're both still struggling mentally and physically from their battles from Art from the previous film. They both are having abandonment issues, not abandonment issues. They're having nightmares. We see Sienna is having hallucinations. They both take pills. We also find out that that Jonathan's roommate has a girlfriend who has this podcast, and she wants to interview him because she's obsessed with true crime, and that doesn't make Jonathan any more happier. Of course, it's not long before Art and Veronica decide to make their presence known, and Sienna will have to once again fight to keep her family safe from the vicious clown. You know, when it comes to the Terrifier series and Art the Clown, I guess you could say there's no real story in the film, if you want to call it that. It's basically Art killing people in very violent and gruesome ways. I do mean violent and gruesome ways. Art pulls no punches when he comes to killing people. I mean, in the first film, we really didn't have a character, although we did have Victoria, who manages to try to survive her encounters with Art. Um, but at least in the second film, we actually do have a character the audience cares about as Shiana Shaw, and she's become just as popular as Art has as the final girl in the series. I've seen lots of people cosplay Sienna. She's become a very popular final girl, and I'm pretty sure really has increased the actress Lauren Vieira status as one of the as a screen queen. I'm pretty sure her star has risen since playing this character. I mean, just like in the other two films, there's plenty of blood and gore, and I do mean blood and gore, as Art once again proves he can kill just as good and bloody as Freddy, Jason, or Michael can. Maybe even more so. And I'm sure the Gorehounds are going to love this one as Damien wastes no time at all before Art does what he does best. I would say probably within 5 minutes of the film begins, Art goes Art goes killing people because that's what he does. Now, I believe the reason why horror fans love Art the Clown is the performance of David Howard Thornton, and because he doesn't talk, he uses facial expressions, and he does a pretty good job with his facial expressions. I think that's the reason why people love Art the Clown that much, because he doesn't really talk that much, but I really do think it's his facial expressions when he does what he does. I truly did like this one because I thought, especially during the scene in the bar, which I thought was the best part of the film, his facial expressions had me cracking up laughing. I really did love that scene, and I believe it's the best part of the film. I also like the fact we get more of Samantha Scarfini, who plays Victoria in this film, something that Damon has said he should have developed Victoria's character more in the first film. And so that's the reason why he created Sienna in the second film, because he felt as though he didn't create her character more. So when he made the second film, he definitely made sure that he created I could say, final girl better, and that's the reason why Sienna is probably one of the more developed characters in this film outside of Art the Clown. Speaking about Sienna, Lauren Laverna is excellent as Sienna. I mean, I think she does a pretty good job as a woman who is still struggling from the events of the second film, but is trying her best to lead a normal life. I love her interactions that she has with Gabby. I mean, like I said, I love the chemistry that Lauren has with Antonia Rose, who plays Gabby. She looks up to Sienna as a big sister and a protector. I thought their nice back and forth was good enough, even at the time when Gabby does something that Sienna tells her not to do. But instead of being angry with her, she sits down and be nice with her, and they have this real nice tender moment in the film. Now, we also get some background on Sienna and the relationship with her father, which is very interesting, and also has something to do with Art the Clown as well. Because, as I stated before, we really don't know that much about Art the Clown's background, other than it might be rooted in supernatural. It could be the reason why it's hard to kill him. And I think we'll probably see more of that, as I'm pretty sure we're going to get a Terrifier 4 based upon how this film ended. I mean, at least Damon has learned from his mistakes from the last film. This film is paced better, it's very well paced better. Like I said before, it really goes fast, and we don't have a long, dragged out battle between Sienna and Art as we did in the previous film. That was one of my problems with Terrifier 2, because for me, it was like 20 minutes too long because of that long ass battle that we had between Art and Sienna. And as I stated before, I'm sure fans of Art the Clown will enjoy this one, as will the Gorehounds, as there are plenty of bloody and gory kills in this one before. I'm pretty sure that some people are going to love the shower scenes. Though for me, it's nothing that we saw in the first or second film, but because, it's like this. This is what Art the Clown does. And like I said before, fans who love this stuff, you're going to have a good time with this one. But for me, like I said before, it's more the same for me. It's nothing really new, nothing really different. Art kills anyone with an assortment of weapons, including a chainsaw and a vat of liquid nitrogen. And like I said, for a while, it does make for some great practical effects. You got to give credit to the effects team; they did a really good job. And I do like the fact they're trying to create some backstory from Art the Clown. But for me, it's just a very good, nice horror film. Nothing spectacular, nothing really great. It's just the same that we've seen before when it comes to Art the Clown. So I'm going to give Terrifier 3 only 3 out of my 5 Bloody Cold coins. Like I said before, there's nothing new here. We get trying to get some little background of Art the Clown and Sienna. But like I said, it's basically more the same for me. We get some nice, decent kills. Like I said, in the shower scene, I thought that was kind of great. But it's the same that we've seen before. Nothing really gross or spectacular as we saw in the first and second films. So there you have it, horror fans. That is my review and video of Terrifier 3. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Have you seen Terrifier 3? What do you thought about it? Leave your comments in the comment section below until you thought about the film. Also, when you're here, please hit that subscriber button, ring that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember that horror rules. And I see you in my next video. Guys, stay safe out there.